And let me tell you, the irony about this thing is the guy struggling will hate me the most for speaking like this. Yeah, the people who are in the industry who have a problem are the ones who will have the biggest problem with me speaking like this. Yeah, because no one wants a mirror held up to them.
At this time, you've only gone to one rehab. Yes. And that's a rehab in the burbs, in Karen.
Yeah.
So now you've gone to Port Elizabeth. Now you've been kicked out of school.
And God protect me from the stigma, because these are things I'm being open about, that people can judge me, you know, even where I work, and try and reprimand me. So I just ask God to cover me. So,
and listen, the whole reason why I've gotten and Alex, Eric, who was Alex and Apart? Eric, part of the conversations that I had with him, he was like, if I open up this and share, it can have effects. You get? Why I begged you to do this is because it will have also positive effects on so many families. That's the only reason you have come here. You have weighed the two, and you've still said, I will still be open.
I think the message is more important than any reprimand, and redemption is the story here. The journey is treacherous, but redemption is the part we're talking about. Ultimately, I'm here, I'm healthy, I'm working, I'm married, I'm functional, I'm having a cognitive conversation. At some point, these are things I could only fantasize about. I took my family out for dinner 2 weeks ago to say, apologize for all the years, and just officially just say thank you. My dad was, of course, trying to hold back tears, but you can imagine for him to see his son now working in his dream, married, sober,
excelling.
The most sober-minded, not just sober in terms of booze, the most sober-minded of his kids, the most stable at this point. It's brought him closer to God. You know, I see the miracle. Me now, I look at it more as all of that was for this, actually. It's not the other way around. Me going through all of that, the preservation was for this, so that I can spread this message, irrespective of the potential reprimand. Do you know how many, even in my industry alone, we are functioning alcoholics? And another misconception about addiction, there's levels. So you might be in a certain level thinking, me see whom say. We like to differentiate, tiria. So you find you're functioning, you have a job, but you're operating at 30%. Alcohol still kills, destroys. Potential. Maybe your potential is so much more, but you've become comfortable with this mediocre version, because outwardly to society, you're okay. I mean, you've paid rent, your family, your kids are in school, but you deep down, you know, this is not your lease on life. You could be further. And what's the main thing? Booze. That booze might just be that every Friday, Saturday that you're wasting money, hangover, Sunday, you can't. So you're not able to think about the next thing. Monday you're at work. You're just stuck in this plateau of life. The enemy has already robbed you of whatever that thing was that you're meant to do. So it's not always the dramatic one of where you're in rehab. It can be a slow burn.
Let me give you another example. You know, there are some things you can't say because you're in the industry. Pilots, air hostesses, cabin crew, and I know many of them, no names mentioned. What I do know, especially the ones who do long international flights, there's what is called, you can't fly to London and fly back the same day.
Yes, rest period,
Yes, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
There are people who don't leave the hotel. Within that time, so you've got money, you've got a hotel paid for you, and you've got booze. And there's lales, aka the hostesses and all that thing. There's a culture that I know is not as publicly spoken about. And so when you're talking about functioning alcoholics, I'm glad that we're having this convo. Let me just say that.
Even take it further. It's almost a setup, because how many times will you enjoy Paris? The 85th time. I know people who are not even necessarily heavy drinkers, who slowly over time, that cumulative thing, you just become an alcoholic. you start doing things that go against your morals because of that kind of setup. It's not even, it's almost a setup, literally. Yeah. How many times will you enjoy London? How many times? Even if, as a non-pilot, if I gave you 100 tickets to London, at some point, like, yeah, relax. See, I've been there now 100 times. Yeah, so, and let me tell you, the irony about this thing is, the guy struggling will hate me the most for speaking like this. Yeah, the people who are in the industry who have a problem are the ones who will have the biggest problem with me speaking like this. Yeah, because no one wants a mirror held up to them. Sometimes the truth hurts, yeah, and you're like, guy, this guy is describing things about me, you know. But there are also guys who need help and need to see that there's a pathway out. Let me tell you, me, I am a walking miracle by any estimation. Like, it doesn't make sense how I'm here doing what I'm doing. It doesn't make sense by any. If someone was, if guys were to hedge bets 5 years ago, a coffin most likely. Yeah.
You know, on CTA, and I've been explaining to you CTA, the backend system, why we do what we do, and I said I package what we do here is we package value, and I explained to you value is entertainment, value is education, value is inspiration, and value is aspiration. Now this aspiration thing on this CTA, you are levels on it. There are very many addicts watching you, and because they have seen you and they're hearing. You see, when you talk about those things, myself I've related to some places. You get? And I could see, and when you talk, I'm not seeing you, I'm seeing myself. There are people who now are watching this and are seeing, if this guy can do it, I can do it. I don't need any more. I'm just seeing it is possible. I say monkey see, monkey do. A lot of people ask why people back in the day in some certain slums, before the internet and all of that came across, why they aspired to be watchmen and house helps. It's because that's all they saw and did. You get? So you ask a kid, what do you want to grow up? I want to be like uncle or the neighbor, and everybody's a watchman or a house help. You get? That's the highest you could get to. So as you share your story, people are relating. Even me, I was kicked out of school. Even me, I didn't finish. Even me, this. And it's not just in your field. Let me say this.
Yes.
It's in doctors. It's in all fields. You're just, for example, being a light within this field of yours. Okay.
And just a quick.
No. We have time. This is CTA.
The whatever version you have of what you think maybe I didn't pitied, I've pitied worse. So you might be somewhere right now at a Wines and Spirits, and you're from maybe you're supposed to have been in campus, you're supposed to be working, but someone booze has brought you, or whatever it is has brought you so far down that ladder. I was there, and you can end up out of it. So don't think if this guy's a pilot, maybe akufika hapo. No. Nilifika hapo and maybe even lower. So there's a way out. Me, that's the point I'll emphasize.
Okay. We'll take this break because I love this side rabbit hole that we entered. When we come back, we continue from
Josie.